Alright guys, welcome to our conclusion of the 2021 Winter Siege at Pineway. Thank you to our coverage sponsors, Oregon Sports and Family Chiropractic, as well as Resistance Discs and Utility Disc Golf. After a pretty exciting front nine from a couple of our players, find ourselves with a little separation on the card. Withers is going to be 15 down, Bryan at 14 leading the way with a 6 down front nine, myself at 11 under, and James Proctor at 9.
And we're moving into hole 17 here. We have a 386-foot shot that you're playing right over this golf green here. You can either skip it off the green or play a little bit wider shot. But all in all, good hole.
This is a pretty straightforward hole. One at our level, you're licking your chops really, and I just yank it into that tree. Bad shot.
Yeah, I think Scott's throwing his Raptor here, ESP Raptor.
Asking it to miss that flagpole, and the disc obliges. He's going to be close.
Yeah, great shot there. Bryan with a little hyzer flip.
Oh. It's kind of a skip you probably didn't want.
James doing similar to what you did there. Little yank.
And he gets kicked right onto that green. Just bad break.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm just laying up, taking the 3. Pretty unfortunate. It's this is not a difficult hole.
Yeah, you definitely want to get the 2 on this one. Getting the 3 is losing a stroke to a lot of the fields here.
Yeah, James hitting the band from what, 150 there? My goodness.
Maybe not that far away, but man, he gives it everything a run, and he's all over it.
So I tap out my par. This guy here, just, what, 15, 18 long? No problem.
Yeah, not bad. Bryan tapping out his par.
So Scott, the only birdie on the hole, and that's a bit surprising for our lead card group.
Yeah, definitely on a straightforward 385-foot hole. You're definitely looking to get a birdie there. Scott's starting to separate a little bit from Bryan, getting 2 up on him there. James with a couple unfortunate bogeys on the last couple holes. Yourself sitting at 11 under.
Alright, hole 18. Looks like they took the drone footage early in the morning, but it's a par 4, 775. True 2-shot par 4. Obviously, we're going to be playing into that flat area and then throwing another distance drive into the top where the basket sits.
Yeah, and this
Scott with a good rip.
This fairway's playing on the generally the golf driving range, so you're playing up onto those tiers where the basket sits, which is really cool.
Yeah, this is a sweet hole.
You
also, special thanks to Dustin for lugging that heavy turf tee pad all the way down from Tournament Central up there, giving us some nice footing to rip into a disc.
Yeah, this was definitely a hole that you needed something down. You're trying to put full power into the shot. you definitely need some sort of grip to, you know, put your max effort into it.
Solid whip from Bryan. He's going to be up there in the middle. And James maybe a little lower than he wanted, but that'll play.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
No, don't. Yeah, don't. Need a fucking birdie.
First up is Bryan, taking the flex line. Just needs to lift.
And he gets onto the second tier.
Yep, right on the second tier. He's going to be about circle's edge, putting up at the basket. I'm putting about everything I have into a forehand here to get it all the way up there.
Yeah.
And get a
Great
nice
stick.
tombstone.
I tried to get up there, damn it.
I was super short in the first round and trying to throw it just as far as I can pretty much in the second round there.
So Scott going Raptor here. Probably wanted to go closer to a force, but that'll putt.
Yeah, he was asking for it to dig. It took a little bit of a skip, but luckily stopped nicely there.
Wow, it's not that far from here.
And James just ripping one up there. He's got a little more turn than he wanted, so he's going to have a little dangerous putt here coming back for his 3.
Yeah, you could hear in the background, he's like, oh, it's not that far from here. So he definitely put a rip on his drive there.
Yeah, a little short on the putt, so he's going to have some work left. Scott hits the cage, but sits just fine. Not too much damage done.
Bryan for his birdie here.
Ugh.
Just a little low. Oh, and a rough rollout.
There's some Hot Wheels going on. So Bryan, man, rolls all the way back behind his initial lie and is just forced to lay up. That's a bad break.
Yeah, that's a tough break. James with
Solid
a great
putt.
putt.
Yeah. Colin is all the way up, even a couple levels higher than this basket, so it doesn't really do this downslope justice. But this is, I mean, James's head is probably sitting at the base of the basket there.
Yeah, or even lower. This definitely had a significant drop off, as you looked to be, you know, 3/4 up the hill, and you're still a couple steps, and your head was at the cage there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm able to get the 3. Bryan, unfortunate roll away. It's gonna force him into a 5, and Scott's just gonna take the simple par.
Yeah, I'm sure Scott was a little disappointed there not picking up the birdie, but with Bryan giving him a stroke there, he still gains a stroke on the hole. Scott sitting at 16, Bryan falling back to 13. You gaining a little bit of ground with a 2-stroke swing there back to 12, and James is sitting at 8 under. And as we move into hole 1, this drone flyover is going to show you the backhand hyzer gap, but there is also a righty forehand gap that is wide open. This hole plays 330 feet. Pretty basic, straightforward hole.
Yeah, probably one you want to get in the MPO field.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm taking that forehand lane that wasn't showcased in the drone footage. As you can see, it's just a lot less trees to deal with. Unfortunately, I get a skip, and that did not sit. I'm going to be maybe 40, 45 feet down the hill.
Yeah, and this forehand line is wide open, but it does play into a little bit of drop off right behind the basket, which does make it a challenging hole. As Scott, if you put him from 300 to 330 with a Raptor, you know he's gonna put it close. A little park job there.
That little flex, baby flex, and skip at the end is his bread and butter. He loves those. James trying to take the backhand line. It's going to be a little inside, and Bryan going lefty backhand. Just a little too high.
Oh, that's a play we haven't seen before. Bryan throwing both hands.
Yeah, in case anyone isn't aware, Bryan can throw all 4 types of shots. So forehand and backhand with both hands. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bryan pitches up there, looking to just save a par, move on. James from 50. Oh, again.
Just a little
Can't
off
find
there.
The mark. But he's all over that basket. Here I am after rolling away.
There you go, Chris.
And I'm able to finally connect on a putt. And that feels good because this is a hole you don't really want to miss.
Yeah, I agree.
And Bryan, man, just a little too low, gets that nub action, and these baskets weren't the kindest. Yeah,
these disc golf park baskets are good, but you know, they're 24 chains, you know, and those 24 chains, you can get some spit out, some, you know, off the pole here and there, but overall they're a solid basket for sure.
If I can set a hole up for my four.
Agreed. So Scott there with the tap in birdie, chugging right along. He's 7 down already. Myself, I actually get 2 on Bryan again there, so we flip-flop places. I'm at 13 and he's now at 12.
Yeah, moving into second place, 4 off of Scott, and hole 2.
Hole 2, 380, plays probably closer to 330. This is pretty downhill, but you got quite a few trees in between you and this basket. You can take the forehand line or the backhand line, either work. You just need to be mindful of the skip and roll away as it slopes down pretty good past the basket.
Has a bit of a slip yank there from you. Kind of a unfortunate break.
Yeah, a little bit of both. My plant foot didn't stick to the ground that well, but I also yanked it over a bit.
Yeah. Scott going Raptor again here.
And that's right about what you want to do. Hit the disc in the ground about 50 feet short and let it skip up there. He's going to be close once again. James showcasing the backhand line. Gets the skip, hits a little short, but we'll see where that ends up. It had a nice roll to it at the end.
Yeah, he looked to be edge of circle, maybe right outside. Bryan throwing low backhand as well.
Oh.
Oh. Unfortunate tree there.
So Bryan here, just looking to lay up. Oh, maybe a little half go.
Yeah, we'll run there.
Good run. Yeah, he's going to sit. James is going to just casually toss in a 2.
Yeah, good shot. He was closer than I thought he was.
Yeah, he threw a great shot, and he had that unfortunate action off the tree. It was good to see it sit so close. Looked like we missed my upshot, but I was, 100 feet away. I'm just pitching up for the par.
Yeah.
Scott, once again, finding himself right around that 15-foot range, and as he's doing that, he is tough to beat.
Yeah, he is. Bryan tapping in his 3 there. Scott gaining another stroke on the card there. He's got 5 up on you, 6 up on Bryan, and 9 up on James.
This video is brought to you by Resistance Discs. Head over to resistancediscs.com and use code CHSports at checkout to get free shipping on any order over $25. Thank you to resistancediscs.com, and let's get back to the video.
Again, shout out to Jeff Corns and Resistance Discs for not only sponsoring the coverage, but your commentators, myself, and DJ. Also, if you're looking for a new bag, head on over to Upper Park Disc Golf. They got some sweet stuff, and use code CHSports for 10% off.
Yeah, as we move into hole 3, we have par 3, 305 feet. We have the cart path playing out of bounds about 20 feet from the basket here, and the green sloping towards it the whole way. Players are either electing to throw a high hyzer or low hyzer, picking the line with this tree playing as the guardian.
Yeah, that's a great shot there. You can kind of see here we're throwing pretty far back from the edge of the tee pad, which is those red flags. This was probably the worst tee pad on the course, where it just got mauled throughout the day, and we're trying to plant in a mud pit here.
Yeah, you're definitely taking your full 12 feet for the tee pad there for sure.
Yeah, and I spent some time looking for a spot where I can comfortably plant my foot, and there just wasn't one, and that never really allowed me to mentally commit to the shot. And it's way early. I'm gonna be laying up once again for a par.
Yeah, and Bryan that's slipping there as well.
Yeah, able to get around the tree. He'll have a look at it too.
Yeah, you're probably 80, 90 out, just a little layup.
Yeah, I didn't get this hole either round, which was a little disappointing. Here's Bryan, 40 feet. Oh,
just off right there.
Yeah, good effort. I'm just gonna tap in my par because we have a couple drives that are a lot closer.
Yeah, a couple park jobs there. Scott, I believe, throwing his Malta.
Yeah, either his Malta or his TI Challenger. I know he has a pink one now.
Okay, that one's super stable.
Bryan here just taking his time, making sure he goes through his routine and sits the par. So after a really hot start from Bryan, these are holes, maybe like 29 and 30 on the day, so might be running a little low on the energy.
Yeah, and Bryan was one of the co-TDs, so they were out there early, 5:30 in the morning, setting up, and that makes for a long day.
Yeah, I can't thank those guys enough for all the hard work they put into this tournament. Hole 4, 402 feet. You got that OB Creek just before your landing zone, probably 25 feet short of the basket. Just going to try and throw through this gap initially off the tee. Scott, I'm pretty sure that's the ESP Raptor once again.
That's not the creek. I don't have to make it 3P this time.
Clears the creek, but he's going to be 40-ish to the right. See if he can bang another jumper.
Yeah, there was a small roped off area on this hole that played as out of bounds, and then the water portion that wasn't roped off was out of bounds.
Yeah, great shot there from James. He's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, skipping it right by the basket there. You're putting a good line on it. Needed to go a little bit. Oh.
Yeah, I liked it out of my hand. I was pretty surprised to see it kind of fly straight into the creek. I thought I'd cleared it, but like I said, this is hole like 30, 32 on the day or something like that, and I was feeling the fatigue at this point for sure.
Yeah, and this course had a surprising amount of elevation, man. This place was a hike, man. My legs were tired after this round.
Bryan trying to give it a go from about 40. I'm not sure he's too pleased about that effort.
Yeah, the rain picking up a little bit here.
Scott had some shrubs in his way, wasn't able to get a clean stance. So here I am trying to save the par.
Great putt.
Ooh. That left corner. Can't spit out.
Yeah. We all learned that from Scott playing with him.
And James gets the 2. Great
Yeah,
shot, great
nice
putt.
birdie putt.
Yeah, I know at this point in the round, his sides were definitely bothering him, so he's trooping it.
Yeah, he's definitely tough. He's finishing. He's still grinding out birdies at the end of this tournament, trying to battle back. You know, respect to him.
Yeah, he's only a couple strokes there, a couple birdies. He's only 1 back of Bryan, only 2 back of me, so he's right there.
Yeah. Hole 5. This is 418 feet. It felt like it played a little bit longer than that. You can take this middle gap with a flex shot. You can go big forehand hyzer over the out of bounds on the left side, or you saw some players electing to throw big hyzer around the outside. Another tough tee box here.
Yeah.
James
this
electing
is a really
to go
cool,
up the middle.
Cool designed hole. I think we would see a lot more players going for the basket if we had a better tee pad. This tee pad was also in pretty rough shape.
I agree with both cart paths playing out of bounds. You had to play it safe here. One skip one way or the other, and you know you don't want to eat those strokes at the end of the round.
For sure. You just got to see Scott just pitch up a forehand. I'm doing the same thing, making sure I land in bounce and see what I can do from there.
Yeah, this hole is definitely tough. I don't think we saw really any birdies on it. There might have been a couple throughout the day, but well-designed hole.
Yeah, there were only 3 birdies in the second round, and the hole averaged 0.3 strokes above par. So this one, you're not walking away too upset with a par.
Yeah, absolutely.
James there giving it a slight run. Scott just pitching up a zone. He seems to have replaced that Withers gator pretty well.
Yeah, he has a little bit different angle control with the zone. It's a little bit, it's definitely a lot of a different disc. Not quite as stable, but he's adjusted nicely.
Bryan and I trying to scare the chains from just outside circle 2, but again, just take your pars, no damage done.
I'm really excited to play the next tournament out here in August with dry footing and good weather, and see how high the scores can get.
Yeah, for sure. Getting able to come back onto these golf course properties is always a treat. Be looking forward to that one.
Yeah, and it sounds like we made a great impression, as the Oregon disc golf community often does, and you know they're asking for us back right away.
Love to hear it. So par frame on the tough hole 5. We only got 2 holes left here. Scott pretty clear of the scorecard. Just really has perhaps a chase card member to look out for, but at this point it's more of a battle between Bryan, myself, and James. Hole 6, this was another really cool hole. Uphill par 4, listed at only 522, but man, this thing was playing far.
Yeah, I felt like it was probably playing in the 650 range.
Yeah, this tee shot is very uphill again. We're throwing kind of back up that hill that you saw us throw down in the front 9. Hole 16 is just to the right of us, to kind of give you an idea. But James throwing a great little flip-up shot there. He got a lot of distance, making it easy on himself.
Yeah, and this tee shot is one of those shots that you can elect to throw distance driver, you can throw fairway driver. It's a demanding shot that you just have to get to go straight as pretty much as far as you can.
Yeah, Scott a little low. I make the correction, get the height, throwing a flippy PD there, and that'll do just fine. Bryan trying to follow suit. It's going to be a little early left.
Go to left, bringing that cart path into play a little bit, but it looks like he stayed safe.
Yep, inbounds, got some options here. He elects to go backhand, trying to skip it up. And he's going to be right there on circle's edge.
Scott throwing forehand here. And he gets past the big tree. Should be within the circle there for sure. You throwing a little flex forehand. Just misses the tree. Good shot.
Yeah, just squeaked it in there. James throwing the turnover. Sit. And it does.
Nicely done. And Bryan just missing low there up the hill.
Yeah, those putts that were finding nothing but chains now. Having a little bit tougher time as we finish up hole 35 on the day.
Yeah, conditions change a little bit. Fatigue starts to set in. Scott knocking in another birdie.
Scott's like, what is fatigue?
Yeah, he just got that Peloton, man. He's been riding the bike.
Oh boy. Cardio strength isn't the first thing that comes to mind in disc golf, but when you're playing these 2-round, 1-day events, especially when you got elevation in the mix, it is a grind.
Yeah, I think we looked at my steps and I was at like 10.5 miles at the end of the day.
All right, coming into our last hole on the event. Scott way clear, myself 1 stroke ahead of James.
And hole 7 playing down the hill right by the clubhouse. And while I was teeing off, I don't know about you guys, but we had a little bit of a gallery going on inside the clubhouse. They were cheering for good shots. It was really fun. There's a cart path that plays on the back side of the basket there, and the basket sits up on a little crest of a hill.
Yeah, cool little shot here. Playing from back at the top of the hill. Scott electing to do the forehand. Thinks he's hit the tree, but he squeaks right by it, and he's going to be on the dance floor.
Yeah, I hear him miss his line, but ended up working out for him. So you're electing to throw backhand here.
Yeah, I threw a stud, trying to just throw it dead straight, and again, just a little grip lock. I'm going to be bailing out right. Bryan, a little kiss off the power lines there that you can see, but not too bad an outcome.
Yeah, he stays in bounds, has a putt for his birdie there. And James from about 60. Giving it a run.
Metal hit. Yep, I'm laying up here. I check the scores, walking down to the disc. I know a par secures me solo second, so Scott's well out of reach, and that's all I can ask for at this point.
Yep, can't gain 7 strokes back on the last hole.
Especially with a putt like that.
Yeah, solidifying his win there with the birdie.
Yeah, pretty dominant performance by Scott. Kind of a little flashback to last year when he was playing some hot golf.
Yeah, I think he averaged 1065 for the day. And, you know, that's what it takes in Oregon. You won Sandy Am Open a couple weeks ago, and you had to average 1060, and Scott was right there on your tail the whole way. And you're right here chasing him, but he separated a little bit on this one, but that's Oregon golf.
Yeah, so Scott pulling away with the 11 under round. That's going to be back-to-back hot rounds for Scott. As you can see, I squeak out solo seconds, 1 stroke over Chris Becker. James Proctor and Bryan Peterson 1 stroke back of him, tied for 4th. Tournament director Dustin Keegan tied with Daniel Kitchens, Jared Gogol, and Justin Anderson to round it out. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. Thanks again, DJ, for joining me for commentary.
Yeah, it was a great time.
We will catch you guys on the next CH Sports production. Thanks, everybody.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Hey guys, Colin here with CH Sports. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to my coverage sponsors. These videos would not be able to come to life without these people's help, so I really appreciate it. There's plans starting as low as $3 a month, and every single dollar helps grow the channel. If you would like to see your name or business listed in the credits of every single one of my videos, please head over to patreon.com/chsports.